Mathematicians, welcome back. We are going to do lesson 18 today. Now, lesson 18 is a little bit different than what we normally do. So let's look and see what we're going to do today. There we go. All right, friends. Today on lesson 18, I can share and critique peer strategies for adding two-digit numbers. So that's a lot of fancy words for the way we're going to say is we're going to look at somebody else's work and see if they did it right or if they did it wrong. Okay. And if they did it wrong, we're going to see how we can fix it. That's all it is. Okay. So let's get started. Oh, look at that. Application problems right off the bat. Boom. Detective Ray. My detective friends are coming to play. Yeah. You guys are ready? Okay. We're going to redraw and write both of these problems because even though it says to do one, we're going to do both. So I'm going to write read, draw, right, so we can check it off as we go. Let's look at number one. Some ducks were in a pond. 4 baby ducks joined them. Now there are 6 ducks in the pond. How many were in the pond at first? Okay, so we read. Now let's draw. Some ducks were in the pond. Okay, so we don't know how many. 4 baby ducks join them. So if something is joining it, we're adding to it. So we're going to say plus 4 more. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now there are 6 ducks in the pond. So let's do this. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How many ducks were in the pond at first? So now let's look. We need to figure out how many ducks were here first. We added 4 and got 6. So let's take our 4 and circle. There's our 4. How many were in the pond first? 2. Whoops, that should be 1. 2 ducks were in the pond to begin with. Plus 4 more joined them. Now we have 6 ducks. So I'm going to erase our picture at the end here so I can write 2 ducks were in the pond. Okay, now, did we draw our picture? Yes, we did. Did we write it out? We wrote not just a number sentence, but we wrote a statement also. All right, let's look at number 2. Some frogs were in the pond. 3 jumped out, and now there are 5 frogs in the pond. How many frogs were in the pond at first? Okay, some frogs were in the pond. We don't know how many. 3 jumped out. Okay, what happens if they jump out? We subtract. We're going to subtract 3. Now there are 5 in the pond. So if I have 5, let's do this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's my 5. And I take these 3 away. How many did I have left? 2. So I had 2. That's not right. Miss Ray, you messed up. Okay, let's look at this again. You know what? Let's just start the whole thing again. All right. Some frogs were in the pond. We don't know how many. 3 jumped out. Now there are 5. Now, here's what I have to do, friends. I need to find out how many are left or how many were in the pond to begin with. So I'm going to say, here's my 5 plus 3 more because 5 are left in the pond and 3 left. So 5, 6, 7, 8. How many were in the pond? 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now, if I take these 3 off, there's my 5 right there. Okay, so there were 8 frogs in the pond. Did we draw it out? Yep. Did we write it out? We wrote our statement, but we also wrote our number sentence. Good job, detectives. You may erase your board. Today you're going to need your board because, like I said, we are going to work with Miss Duckett and we're going to look at some friends' work today and we're going to see if they did it right or if they did it wrong. If they did it wrong, we're going to work it out together to see if we can figure out how to correct it. Okay, so I'm going to pause for a second and get us ready and then we'll be ready to rock and roll. Okay, friends, I've got my board ready. I've got our video ready to go. Let me make sure our volume is up all the way. Oh, that could have been bad. There we go. All right, I'm ready to work them out. Hope you're ready to work them out too, because you are going to help. Here we go. Hey, Miss Duckett.
It's Miss Duckett here, ready to guide you to another math lesson. I'm so excited to learn with you all today. Yesterday, I was playing soccer with a friend, and every time I kicked the ball, it wouldn't go far. So my friend suggested that this time I kick with the side of my foot instead of my toe. And guess what? It worked. I was so grateful to have a friend share a new strategy. And that's just what we'll be doing today. Today, we're going to be sharing and discussing strategies for adding two-digit numbers. If you're ready, let me hear you say, ooh, oh yeah, I'm ready.
Ooh, oh yeah, I'm ready.
Great. Let's get started. Let's read this number sequence together. Get ready.
17 plus 4 equals something.
Mathematicians, I want you to solve this problem using your personal language. Go ahead and press pause and solve, and I'll be right here with you when you get back. Remember that you can use linking cues as extra support if you need to. See you in a few.
Okay, so let's look at our problem. We're going to solve this. 17 plus 4. So let's write 17 plus 4 equals something. Okay, now, a little glare going on, sorry guys. All right, so I'm going to look at 17 as 1 10 and 7 ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I'm going to make my 4 ones, but I'm going to keep going on here. So I know 7 plus 3 more make 10. So 1, 2, 3, 4. There's my 10. Now I have 2 10s and 1 1. So I got the answer 21.
Welcome back. Well, let's look to see how some other students solve this problem. Remember, learning from each other helps us become stronger mathematicians. What do you notice about how student A solved their work to solve 17 plus 4?
She used the arrow way. She knew that 3 more to 17 would make 20. And 20 plus 1 is 21.
The arrow to get to the next 10 from 17. They added 3, and then they added the 1 that was left to get to 21. Mathematician, did you use this strategy to solve?
I didn't.
If you didn't.
I used a different way.
It's okay if you didn't. Let's look at some more student work to see how they solved this problem. What do you notice about how student B solved this problem? Take a moment to think.
Well, now student B used the same way we did, but we got a different answer.
I noticed that this student used math drawings. What kind of math drawings did they use?
We,
Did they use 5 rules or quick 10 drawings?
use
Point to the
quick
button
tens.
that you think is correct.
We use quick tens. They used quick tens.
Yes, this student used quick 10 drawings. It looks like this student added the ones first, and they drew a line through the ones to show that they have 10 ones. But I noticed a mistake. This student represented 18 instead of 17. This student had one extra circle. They added 4 correctly by using X's, but because they started out with the wrong number, they ended up with the wrong answer. Take a moment to think. What are the ways that this student can improve their work?
We can make sure that we have 7 ones and count them
Go
again.
ahead. Tell me what you're thinking.
What else do you think they could do to improve?
I agree. This student needs to make sure that they are counting carefully and always going back to check their work. Even though drawing may be easier for you, it's not always the best way to get our answer, because sometimes we have to draw so many circles and X's that it might be hard to keep track of. Somewhere along the way, we might lose count and make a mistake, like this student. And mistakes are okay, but we always want to find ways to work more efficient. Let's use quick 10 drawings to represent 17 plus 4. Let's make sure that we work very carefully. You may need to erase your personal whiteboards. And if you already use this strategy, go ahead and just use this time to check your work.
Okay, so let's check. We should have 1 10, and then 1 2 3 5 6 7 ones, and then we had 1 2 3 4 ones, and we made the 10.
Here's what your work
and we
should
made 1. That's what ours looks like.
Great work, mathematicians. Let's look at some more strategies. Let's compare student C's work and student B's work. Did they solve this problem the same way? What similarities and differences do you notice? I want you to discuss it with a partner. If you don't have a partner, that's okay. Remember, you can always pick up your imaginary phone and give me and pretend to discuss it with me. Go ahead and discuss with your partner now.
So I've noticed that they are using number bonds, and in student C's work, they broke
When I
apart
say
17.
bring it, you say back. Bring it, bring it. Welcome back. I noticed that both of these students use number bonds. Did you notice that too? Give me a thumbs up if yes, or a thumbs down if no. I also noticed that they're different because they broke apart different numbers. Student C broke apart 17, but student D broke apart 4. Can both students be correct, even though they broke apart different numbers?
Yep.
Yes, they can. Both of these students are correct. Take a moment to look at their work. What is a compliment that you can give both students? And what is a growth you can give both students? Take a moment to think.
So a compliment is something you can say nice about their work, and a grow is do something
That we can
different.
give to both students is that they both drew correct number lines. Student C added the ones first, and she clearly showed her 2 steps by writing her number sentences as well. Student B made the next 10 from 17. This student did a good job breaking apart the 4 into 3 and 1, so they can get 20 with 17 and 3. A way that these students could do their work is that student D could have written the 2 addition number sentences that showed each step that they took in this problem. Here, I have 3 different students that solved the problem 15 plus which they got an answer of 24. Take a moment to look at the student works. Which of these students solved correctly? Point to the answer that you think is correct. And mathematicians, there may be more than one answer. Go ahead and point.
Okay, I'm going to pause for a second because we need to look at these a little closer. Let's see if they're correct. Okay, so let's look at A. A, they wrote 15, and then 20, and then 24. Is that correct? I mean, I could add 5 here to make 20, and then I could add 4 here to make 24. And that gives me 9. So 15 and 9 make 24. That's correct, but did they add? They didn't add that part. Let's look at B. B said 110, and let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They had 5 ones. And then they added 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here. And they added 4 over here. Now, they didn't make this into a 10, but we could. They still get 24 this way, but they need to add this into a 10, make this into a 10. So I'm going to draw my line through it. Now, on C, they had 15 plus 9 equals 24. They broke apart 9 into 5 and 4. Then we added 15 plus 5 to get 20. And then they added 20 plus 4 equals 24. So on A, we had to add
to box B and box C. Yes. Huh. What is incorrect about student A?
They didn't tell us how many times they added.
Bada boop, bada bing, you got it. They're missing their labels. Mathematicians, I want you to use your personal whiteboards to use the arrow strategy to solve 15 plus 9. Go ahead and do that now.
Okay, so we're going to pause. Maybe. I gotta get there quickly. Okay, so we're going to pause and let's write out A. Okay, we have 15 plus 9 equals 24. We know that we're going to break up our 9 into 5 and 4. So then we have 15 plus, 15. How many more do I need to get to the next 10? 5 more makes 20. And from the 20, I'm going to use my 4 more to get 24.
Welcome back. Now that you solved this problem, what labels do I need to add to student A's work?
The plus 5 and the plus 4.
We know to get from 15 to 20 that this student needed to add 5 more. And then to get from 20 to 24, they had to add 4 more. So their work should have included labels that look like this. Great work, mathematicians. Well, now time for the problem set. Your must-do problems are 1 through 4. As always, remember to do your best work for 10 minutes. Here's a cheer for all of your hard work. It's called the Fantastic Cheer. It goes like this. Fantastic. I'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye, Miss Duckett. All right, so let's look at our problem today. wait for our music to end. Each of the solutions is missing numbers or parts of the drawing. Fix each one so it is accurate and complete. Okay, so let's look at number 1, because this is what you're going to do on 1. Then we have different directions on each one, okay? So let's look at number 1. My problem says 13 plus 8 equals 21, okay? Sorry, I'm a little glary. There we go. Now, A shows me the arrow way, 13, 20, whoops, 21. What's missing? Yeah, my labels. So how many more do I need from 13 to 20? I need 7. And from 20 to 21, I need 1. And we know that 7 plus 1 equals 8. Okay, so make sure you put your labels there. On B, 13 plus 8 equals 21. But it gives me a number bond. But it didn't fit the number bond. So now I need to finish it. I need to break this apart into 7 and 1. Then I can say 13 plus 7 equals 20. And then I'm going to say 20 plus 1 equals 21. Okay, so I'd have to fix that one. Now let's look at C. It gave me 1 10, 3 1s, and then it gave me 8 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Actually, it only gave me 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Is that all of my extra ones? No, because I need 8. But I do know that this made a 10. So I'm going to draw a line through it. Okay, so you have to fix each one of those to make them correct. Now guys, I just did number 1 with you. So let's look at number 2. Circle the student's work that correctly solves the addition problem, 16 plus 5. So you're going to look at A, B, and C, and you're going to circle the ones that are correct. Okay, there might be more than one, there might only be one. Circle which ones are correct. Number 3, circle the student work that correctly solves the addition problem, 13 plus 20. Okay, same thing. Find the one that's correct and circle it. And number 4 says solve using quick tens, the arrow way, or the number bond, 17 plus 5. So you're going to choose one of those 3 ways to solve number 4. Okay. All right, guys. If you have any questions, I know this one was a little confusing and a little different than what we're normally used to. But if you have any questions, please email me, let me know you have a question, or message me, and we'll see if we can't help you out, okay? Make sure you're doing 1, 2, 3, and 4 by following the directions on what it says to do and do your exit ticket, okay? Once you finish that, you can turn it in to me, and you'll be done for the day. And I'll see you on lesson 19. Bye, friends.